Shut up and sit down.
It's where the big boys play. SICW.
What happens when you drink?
When we get older, sometimes you got to take 2 blue pills.
They say you got to wait for them pills to kick in.
Yeah, 2 blue ones and a yellow one or an orange one. What's Cialis? What color is that?
I don't know. I thought you were talking about Tic Tacs.
What are you talking about? You're my boner pill hookup, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, damn.
I don't even need
I
those.
buy them
for
for
one of these
$15
numbers.
a piece from you. I buy them for $15 a piece for you, and then I sell them to the girls for $25. It's good bit.
Don't let him fool you, Jim. I usually just start rubbing the nips, and he gets where he needs to be.
Good to know.
Yeah. Awesome conversation to get in the podcast, guys. Awesome conversation.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back to Square Root Podcast, everybody. Episode 137. Today's going to be a little bit shorter, but every time we say that, it ends up being an hour and 40 minutes long.
No, I don't think so this time. Really, in the wrestling world, there wasn't any big to-do. I mean, you can talk about Friday Night SmackDown where Cody finally lost the belt. You're right. Drew McIntyre was able to seal the deal with a little bit of help. But they had the 3 matches of death or fear or some sort of shit. And what was it? The Samoan werewolf came back. He's been out for a while. He had something happen with his teeth or something like that, and been out for a few months. But he popped in when they were doing a cage match, and was actually fighting Drew, and then Cody kind of interrupted that, so he fought Cody, and then Drew capitalized and was able to pin Cody. So I mean, that's big news because Cody Rhodes has been holding that belt for quite some time now.
Well, speaking of belts, who's the guy in NXT that vacated his belt?
I'm gonna butcher his name. Fani, right? Bobu Fadi, but that's just because he is moving up. They're talking about he's going to either SmackDown or Raw here pretty soon, so he just released his belt, which is kind of, I guess, kind of good because mainly in NXT. Yeah, there you go.
It's kind of dumb though. Like, they have guys that are current SmackDown or Raw guys come down and challenge the champion every once in a while. Does that mean we're going to lose them on Raw if they win?
I mean, if they win the belt, I guess so. But most of the time, if you're the champion, you're probably going to be the next one called up, and then they make you lose the belt, take you off TV for a while, so people forget that you lost the belt, and then debut you. So at least this time, he didn't lose. He just let the belt go. I mean, he's a big guy. And he's got the size. He's not, by all means, he's not the best wrestler in the world because he's new to the game, I guess you would say. But he has got the looks, and he can go because he's been going against all these younger, skinnier guys that can fly around the ring, and he does get up in the air too. So he's probably going to be pretty good. One of those.
Consider him a Texas style wrestler then? Strong style?
No, he's not a strong style wrestler. I'm just saying he is. You can still see some flaws in the game. He's just that new to the system. I don't think he was a wrestler before. I think he's one of those guys that they pulled out of some other sport. I could be wrong, but you can still see some flaws. Just like in Raw, Raw was, I wouldn't say it wasn't the best. It wasn't the worst. I say it's a happy middle for me because they brought some more players to the game that we haven't seen in a while actually get in there. Oba
Femi might be easier to say than his real name, which he did use as a ring name for a while. Isaac Odungbesan.
I'll take your word for it.
Right.
He's it says build from Nigeria.
Well, so on Raw, Javon Evan He's a recently signed guy. He signed his Monday Night Raw contract last week, and they actually there was a big controversy about it because he signed it during Raw, but they didn't air it during Raw. They aired it on their YouTube channel. So WWE was getting some heat saying, from the fans saying, you know, this happened during Raw. How come you didn't air it? You only had 4 matches or 5 matches. You had plenty of time. But
And
he took.
I wonder if that violates an agreement with Netflix too, because that's a key thing that people would go to Netflix to watch. I mean, I'm never going to go to Netflix because I have no purpose
Well,
there.
last week's Raw was the really shitty episode that we talked about last podcast. It was the mix of Stranger Things and WWE, and it just was a big clusterfuck.
Well, just
Just
like
to be
Stranger
honest.
Things, it needs to die too.
Right? But he went against Bravo Americano. It was a decent match. I think with Javon being new and Bravo Americano is kind of new as well. I mean, we don't know who he is, but he's only been on Raw a few months. And I don't think they clicked during the match. Like they had a decent match, but you can see some times where he wasn't like Javon wasn't sure what to do. And even at the end of the match, the other two guys with Bravo were out there at ringside and they tried to interfere. And they did this spot where he jumped from the ground to the announcer's desk, and all three of them were surrounding him. And you can tell the who's the leader of that group? Is it what's his name, Bobby? It's Al in
Which group?
Generico Americano or something. The masked white wrestlers.
I do not.
He took over little Kurt Angle's gimmick.
Oh, I don't know. Does their group have a name?
Well, no, but what's his name? What's the
Oh, El
leader?
Grande Americano,
Al Grande Americano.
the Great
So
American.
he was trying to direct the flow of the traffic on how to get him since he was on top of the announcer's desk. And you can tell the other two guys with him didn't know what to do, and even he acted weird. And then Javon jumped over him and got into the ring and slid out to the other side before the three could get back into the ring and try to get him. It just kind of looked a little awkward. But I'm going to give him an A for effort because it's two guys that you don't normally see on Raw. And I kind of like that because they need to give these guys more time on Raw, or even since there's really no house shows anymore. So they really just need to throw them out there, give them some time, or give them some time before the show starts. We, most of the time when you go to a Raw or SmackDown, they do like a half hour of like just matches that aren't going to make it to TV. They need to give those guys that time to work in front of a crowd. Even have the announcers there. Back in the day, all their weekend shows, is escaping me, but like Sunday Night Heat would actually be done Monday night before Monday Night Raw started. They would do a whole hour of Sunday Night Heat and just throw it on Sunday, So you would think it was live, but no, it was, recorded on Monday, the previous Monday, They need to do something with these guys because with the lack of house shows, it's going to take away their training basically because
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Do you feel
they
that
need to
because they
prep.
don't do house shows anymore, it diminishes product when they put it out on TV?
Yeah, and really, I mean, they can keep them in NXT and have them work down there, but NXT, it's a smaller crowd. They don't tour, so normally it's just one building. Um, that they're used to. So I mean, it's a different atmosphere when you're going into an arena and you got 30,000 plus people there. It's a different atmosphere and a different working environment, I guess you would say. So, but I give them an A for effort because it was the first time those two were working together, first time on Monday Night Raw. So it's nice to have some new blood in the mix. Speaking of new blood in the mix, I mean, he's not new blood. Finn Balor, has been around the block for a long time at WWE, but he's been like in the shadows, man. I mean, he doesn't really come out and have any matches that mean anything. He really is just, tied in that little group with Liv and used to be Damian Priest, but now he's been moved to SmackDown. So it's Finn, it's JD McDonough, I think is his last name, and then Rey Mysterio's son. So he's been kind of like in the corner. They put baby in the corner. So he hasn't been out there with anything great. But he actually challenged CM Punk for the world title. So that would be, I think, a pretty decent match. Finn Balor was the first one to win the Universal Heavyweight Championship when they went that route with things, calling their belt, because I used to make fun of it, Universal Outer Space title, all that crazy shit when it just should be the world title and the WWE title like it used to be.
Did you say outer space title?
That's how
That just hit me.
crazy
That's
when
a
you
major
talk
delegation.
when you talk about the Universal title. I mean, it's just crazy to me. It should just be the world title and the WWE title. I mean, it's simple. It doesn't need to be some stupid fucking title name. But anyway, so Finn Balor is gonna challenge CM Punk. So that was kind of cool to get Finn Balor in the packing order again. Then we did have one match that was like just regenerated, same people, just different way. It was Liv Morgan and Roxanna versus Bayley and Lyra versus the Kabuki Warriors, which this has been a staple on every Monday night for the last few months. And of course, they're going to go against Leo Sky and Rhea Ripley, which again is the same tag team that we've been seeing every fucking Monday. They really need to throw some newer people into the women's tag team division. Because again, it's just they're just rotating the titles, because Bayley and Lyra was just the tag team champions. Kabuki Warriors just lost. Liv Morgan and Roxanne, that's actually a new tag team, but it's the same people just in a different tag team spot. So it's just it's a match that we see repeatedly. The cool main event, because again, there's only 4 matches nowadays. There was one more match. It was Penta and Dragon Lee, and they fought against Austin Theory and Bronson Reed. Now, Bobby, I don't know what you think of Austin Theory. In the role that he's in right now, in the Vision, I think he sucks.
I only saw that one match of him back where he went against Rey Mysterio. It was such a boring match.
Well, he tries to have this facial expression on his face like he's a badass, but he's the smallest one out of the group. I liked him when he first came on, when he was an arrogant little punk. When he got done working the territories and when he was actually worth pushing. But
that's what he should play it as. Like, he's probably legit the best actual wrestler of the group.
Right.
That's what he should be pushing. Not like I'm the big strong tough guy. You got Bronson Reed is the big strong tough guy. You got
Breaker
is the animal. Like,
right.
You need something different in the group. You got the high flying crazy guy and Jake Paul.
Logan Paul, yeah.
Logan Paul, one of them.
He just looks out of place. I don't think he is.
But I think he's out of place because he's trying to be the same instead of what he is.
Right. It was kind of cool seeing Penta and Dragon Lee versus them. I am a fan of Penta, kind of a fan of Dragon Lee. He was supposed to be the next big thing, from Rey Mysterio, but Rey Mysterio's been back for a while, so it kind of lowered his stock as well. How can you be the next thing when the thing is still there, So yeah, and it's it is what it is, but of course, Logan Paul was in the mix, and then Brunson, not Brunson, just said him, and now the name just escaped me. Braun Breaker, he come out and he speared everyone, and then Adam Pearce, the general manager, came out and was bitching at him, and then they get up into a push fight, and it kind of ended with that. Adam Pearce said you're going to be suspended indefinitely, but Paul Heyman shot back and said, "Hey, you touched him first." So I don't know. I don't know if they're going to pull. They've been talking about making Adam Pearce wrestle forever, and they just haven't found the right spot for him to do it.
Spot was at Mania. People were asking for it when they're looking for an opponent for Orton. That was your spot to just throw it in. They want to give people what they want all the time. Like, that's what they wanted, and you said, nah.
Adam Pearce, he wrestled for SICW. He went against Attila Khan. He was the NWA. No, was it not Adam Pearce? No, it wasn't Adam Pearce. That's Nick, the guy from SmackDown. Nick. Yeah, Adam Pearce, though, was the NWA champion for the longest time. He actually was one of the last touring NWA heavyweight champions, where he would jump to different promotions and defend that belt. And then it moved on to where Billy bought NWA and just made it one promotion again. Adam Pearce was one of the last touring NWA heavyweight champions. So he knows his shit, so he can get in there and wrestle with any of them. But like I said, they've been waiting, so I don't know if this is a way for him to actually get in there now, because they actually talk about Nick Aldis, the general manager from SmackDown. He's the one that fought Attila in SICW, but they've been talking about letting him wrestle too, which that would be a good thing too, because he is a really great wrestler as well.
I don't know about if Adam Pearce was, but Nick Aldis was wrestling all the way till he signed that contract.
Right. No, Adam Pearce actually retired. He was one of the head trainers for NXT before NXT became a thing. Its own little thing. He was down there training all the guys. And then they just bumped him up to a general manager spot. Anyway, the main event was Gunther versus AJ Styles. This was actually a pretty good match. They're pushing Gunther as being the career killer, because he made John Cena tap. So they're talking about how he was going to make AJ Styles tap, because AJ Styles had already said this is his last year. So everyone was thinking, they're going to make him retire AJ Styles as well. Very good back and forth, and AJ Styles actually got Gunther to tap. But of course, the ref didn't see it because he tapped him on the side. So the ref, broke up the spot that they were in. Well, actually, no, AJ released the calf crusher is what he was in. He released it because he felt Gunther tap. Of course, the ref didn't see it. So the ref told the ring announcer that the match continues, and then Gunther low blowed AJ Styles and then pinned him. But it was a good match. Like I said, it was a decent Raw. I'm glad that they are throwing different people into the mix and getting getting new people into the mix is probably going to help them get new eyes on the product. And God knows they need more eyes on the product now because the product is stale. But that's it for WWE. So no big winners or losers or anything like that. It was just an okay show. I think they just need to build up on the people that they got on the undercard and try to make them future stars. Because, if God forbid something happens to CM Punk, Seth Rollins is already gone. Brock Lesnar is on one of those schedules where he doesn't have to wrestle and gets paid. Cena's gone, so you really don't have anyone else on Raw that can carry the boat. You got the people in the Vision, but you got to have some good guy to go against them, and they don't have that right now. But yeah, no big news on AEW, no big news on NWA. JBL did go to OVW over the weekend, and you can catch that on YouTube. So speaking of JBL, Glenn Williams has been like calling out JBL. So I'm hoping, since you threw this FanFest sign up, I'm hoping that we get JBL versus Glenn Williams. We just need to see if Herb can get JBL to sign. But yeah, so FanFest was announced over the weekend. We really didn't know if FanFest 4 was going to happen because all signs were saying no. Because last year we had a tornado come through, so it wasn't like a big success like they all thought it was going to be, and it had the bones to be a very good success because we had the likes of Rikishi and Devon Dudley, and we had the legends and we had the current stars. The Boogeyman was there, but the whole tornado thing kind of threw a little rain in the mix, So we all thought that was going to be the end of it. But some people got in the ear of Herb Simmons and said, hey, we would love to come there and do some stuff and build up FanFest 4. So we got some returning people. We got Mac Davis and Teddy Long coming. They're going to do their podcast there. We got announced D'Lo Brown is going to be there. Well, that's February show.
That's the February show.
But yeah, and it all starts off Friday because it's a Friday and Saturday thing. And I know we've talked some shit about Mick Foley, about his political beliefs, and we're just gonna push that to the side because as a wrestler, he's a
I'll
legend.
speak. As a wrestler, like as a fan growing up, he was one of my top 5. Like easily the crazy things he's done and put himself through for the fans, second to none.
Oh yeah, and you're talking about a guy who reinvents himself. He started out as Jack Foley, then turned into Cactus Jack, which what was that Waco guy? Charles Manson. He was that was in his name somewhere too along the when he was working in Texas. It was like Jack what was it? Cactus. I don't know. It was like Cactus Charlie Manson or Cactus Jack Manson or something like that. And then he got the shot to come up to WWE, and he became Mankind. After Mankind, he became Dude Love, a total switch from the Mankind character. And then after that, he just became Mick Foley, himself. So he's reinvented himself so many times, and every character has gotten over.
Cactus Jack Manson.
Yeah, great career. No one could ever forget the Hell in a Cell when the Undertaker threw him off. His matches with the Undertaker in those cells, man, were crazy.
And again, the things he's put himself through. I've seen things where that's one of 3 times he's been knocked out in his career. They wanted to end it. And he's like, absolutely not. These fans are getting their money's worth. Went up the cell again and got thrown off.
Yeah. Just he got tombstone through it basically. Oh no, yeah.
It was a choke slam and it broke. And it talked about how the zip ties broke and he could feel every chain link going down his back and the back of his head on the way down, and then blacked out. Completely black, passed out. That's when everybody came into the ring and they wanted to end the match. He's like, nope. Went up there, got thrown off through a table. Nobody said he was smart.
Right. I mean, he was the deathmatch king for a while. He had the infamous death match with Terry Funk. He had the Japanese match with Big Van Vader, where he lost half of his ear. I mean, the guy's just a legend in the business, and he does a one-man show. It's kind of comedy routine, kind of storytelling, but he's going to open up FanFest for Friday night, and man, I tell you, I know it's not going to be nothing like the roast that they did of him at the CAC last year, but it's going to be a blast. But let's see here, we got D'Lo Brown coming, Mac, Teddy Long, of course Barbara Goodish. She's on the advertised course. It all revolves around her too, and her late husband Bruiser Brody, because we always had the Bruiser Brody Battle Royal. Which James Jeffries is still a holder of the trophy, so he'll have to defend that this year. But the rumor mill is going all around. I mean, we got, I think you got one of the posters, Nate, of Demolition has already been signed. So we got Axe and Smash coming.
And they've came for a Halloween spectacular we had once. So those are two nice guys to talk to as well.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I mean, I have just about every Axe and Smash figure out there.
How many do you think they'll sign for you?
Actually, I'm going to have them sign the picture of me and them in the back in the locker room when we're all getting ready for that event that you just talked about. Because we had a great conversation. They said that I reminded them of one of their friends when they first started in the business. And it was Blackjack Lenza, I think it was, and it was kind of cool just hearing.
He gone.
Yeah, I guess his computer did Microsoft did a restart.
He went old school with that Blackjack Lenza reference, and it just like crashed going back to that time frame.
So where's this at? Where's FanFest 4 at? Because it's not at the Hilton.
It's going to be in Fairview at, let's say, Radisson Hotel in Conference Center. Yep, in Fairview Heights, Illinois, though.
You can go to sicw.org to check that out. All right, Bobby, since he's gone, let's talk about this picture right here.
Oh, do we have to? Well, let's get to the lesser of the two evils. You see, Glenn Williams has an extra title on his shoulder.
And he went against James Jeffries.
I say he was already tag team champion, then he went against James Jeffries. I didn't get to see it because I was preparing for my match, but I do know that he beat James Jeffries and took the title. Again, I don't know how. I'm sure he did some kind of scumbag way to get it because, I mean, it's Glenn Williams.
Jim just sent a message saying the power on his side of the town went out. It's funny because we're all in a triangle from where we live from each other. So what happens at his house doesn't happen at ours.
He go.
He coming back.
And as you can see there, stupid Brandon Beretta still has the title.
Yeah, we expected 3 belts on the wall behind you.
Yeah, I expected it too. So I had him in a spot where I had the Scorpion Deathlock on him. He tapped out. I didn't know the ref was down when he tapped out, so I went ahead and let go. Thought I won the match. Look back, ref's down. It's like, well, crap.
Well, how did the ref go down? Because if he beat you, that means some cheating was afoot.
Well, I think it was we got backed into a corner and he went to kick me and I moved and he hit the ref. I was focused on my opponent. Like, I'm just there to inflict pain at that point. Like I said, I got this Scorpion Deathlock on him. Put him. He tapped out. Let go. Think I won. Turn around. I see the ref is down. So I go back after Beretta because I know he ain't going to stay down for long. He's a competitor. I can fully admit that. And he took a shortcut and gave me a good old low blow. Went to hit me, or went to do his 1%er on the title. Blocked it. Gave him the angle slam. And I kind of saw red a little bit. And I'm like, well, you know what? If this son of a bitch is going to hit me with the title, I'm going to hit him with one. Ref's down anyway. Hit him with the title. Felt really, really good. And the ref saw it.
And
I
to
got
think that
DQ'd,
somebody
he kept the title. I kept beating his ass afterwards
and that's
until we
one
had
that
a couple
you
guys
helped
come out there
train
and
him.
pull me off of him.
You helped train him and everything, and now you're beating his ass for the title.
And I'm going to do it again because I am not done coming after that title. I will get that title back.
You guys going to rematch for FanFest, or you going to rematch? Well, when is FanFest? It didn't say on that, so when is
It
it?
said, I'll pull the poster back up. It said it.
Did it?
I thought it did.
Yeah, March 9th.
Yeah.
So who do you have? Who do you have in February then?
I don't know. Hopefully, Brandon Beretta. I said that's going to be a good match. That's in February. But no, I'm going to request another rematch because I had him submitted. I had him beat. He tapped out. I don't see how Herb can deny me a rematch again.
I don't
Not
see
with
how
that.
he can either.
So whether it's February, whether it's FanFest, I'm coming after him no matter when it is.
I did see you had a packed house on Saturday though.
It was a pretty good show. Yeah. It was a fundraiser for the St. Clair County Animal Shelter,
Yeah.
something like that. And so they had some of the animals out there for people to pet. And then people also pet the Big Texan, but that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, but did the Texan have to pay for it, or did they pay the Texan for the petting?
They disappeared around back. I don't know what all happened.
Oh, so it was
He's not
heavy
here to
pet.
he,
Heavy pet.
he's not here to deny any of this, so I'm just gonna keep making stuff up.
Hey, that's like falling asleep first at the party. You're screwed.
Yep. Yeah. You better hope there's not Sharpies there.
So let me get this straight. So the Texan only took male suitors behind the curtain for some heavy petting. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's the rumor I'm starting.
So how many pills did he
I
need?
mean, the rumor Glenn Williams is starting. Lariat him, not me.
Oh, he's officially left the room.
Yeah,
You're
see,
starting to blur.
we're
You're
good.
starting to dance back and forth too. Are you getting some weather on your end over there?
It was raining when I got home from practice. I think some of it might be because I turned this blur background. I saw like let me unblur it and see if that helps. I saw when I turned the blur on earlier, like it had a delay as I'm moving around. So I just turned the blur off. We'll see if that helps.
It does. Now you're moving more smooth. You're moving
Logging my
smooth,
Chromebook
but
out.
yeah, you're moving smooth, but now we're getting a delay.
So anyway,
Oh, well,
February 7th.
yeah, February 7th.
You know, we have not, as far as I know, have never had Madman Pondo in. I've seen
That
him
is
back
true.
in the day at GCW when they were in St. Louis. The dude is a psycho. I believe I saw him go against Dingo back at GCW. They had a shopping cart in the ring on its side, and he gave him a pile driver off the middle rope onto the shopping cart. Like the dude he doesn't care. He's gonna do whatever he can to hurt somebody. I mean, look at his weapon there. It's a freaking circular saw blade on a
Yeah.
baseball bat. Like the dude wants to hurt people. Then you pair him up with Attila Khan, who, I mean, his saying is, "Let's keep it bloody."
Yeah, he says it's a fork, but I don't know. It kind of looks like a screwdriver tip to me.
It probably is. But then you've got on the other side, you got the Gateway Saints with Jason Breed. I mean, dude's had, what did I hear from him? Like 30 professional fights or something like that. Like the dude will get down, and that's not even getting into the street fights. He will get down. He's not afraid to throw knuckles with anybody. And then you got the Canadian Zero. We're not even going to talk about him.
Yeah, he still has the load. How is he a saint? He still has his loaded boot. He's supposed to be a babyface now, but he still has a loaded boot.
I don't trust him. I don't think I ever can trust him. He's teaming with a great guy. I'll give him that.
I don't know. It just seems kind of fishy that he made his turn after somebody broke his ankle.
Yep.
All of a sudden, he made a turn. Yeah, I think it's trying to get some trust to kind of repay the favor by accident.
But I can also tell you as well, I guess we can somewhat talk nice, I guess. I have mixed it up with Sean Vincent many times. He is a competitor in the ring. He does know all kinds of ways to get the job done. Not always on the up and up, but he can get the job done as well.
Yeah, I still don't like him.
Me neither.
On a personal level, I still don't like him.
I tried, with the whole when he retired and everything, tried to bury the hatchet there, and I ended up eating a concerto for it. So
Yeah. I would like to bury a hatchet in his back
he'll do it in yours.
while he's staring at me, because I'm not going to hurt somebody from behind.
You
Well,
gotta have like a pretty good reach, or like
yeah, I got to take. Hey, I have a good reach around. Damn it! I was trying to make you spit.
you're gonna give a reach around and spit.
Well, I mean, come on now. Are you a good girl or aren't you?
I don't know. You say reach around, and I just think of Full Metal Jacket.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was going for, but we can't go full Arlie Emery on you. I was never in the Marine Corps. I was Army, and we weren't that bad. We were pretty bad, though.
That first 30 minutes of that movie was great.
I take that back. We were pretty bad.
All right.
Belly dropping in some glass and shit. Kind of what you used to do in the ring. But let's see what else we have here. We have Hall of Fame being inducted on March 9th. Old Jeff Jarrett.
I didn't even see that one, but that's a great one. Jeff Jarrett is one of them guys that's been around the world. He's owned TNA when it got up to really big stardom and whatnot. And they did the first year. Texan and I went to Cauliflower Alley Club. They were doing a Memphis wrestling thing, and him and his dad were both there. And that was where we talked about, his dad died 6 months later. If we didn't go to that fan fest, we never would have met him. So like that's where we always encourage people, go meet him. And that's the George Thurgo's one in June. Yeah, hopefully he'll be there. They usually are there to receive him, but seems like a very nice guy. We just didn't speak to him too much there, but he was, more than willing to take pictures with fans and everything at the end of the CAC, like after the dinner and awards.
So while we're done, Jim, we were talking about your extracurricular activities behind the veil there.
Yeah, Glenn Williams started spreading rumors. I don't
know. Oh. All right. So yeah, this picture was thrown up because they had just announced him today. So every year we've been going to Iowa. At least I've been going to Iowa. I think Bobby joined me for the first time last year.
Well, when I do it this year, it's every year I've been, yeah.
There you go. So he just been announced today that he's going into the Iowa Hall of Fame, Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame out there. So that's very cool. It seems like everyone that comes to Iowa also comes to our Fan Fest and also comes to the CAC. So I know he was just at the CAC not too long ago, and now he's going to come to Iowa. So maybe we can sign him to the Fan Fest 4. That'll be a nice little plug there.
When TNA first came to was it TNN at the time, or before it was Spike TV? Like that's when I really liked TNA, and he was like one of the big headliners on it.
Yeah, well, he was the owner at the time.
Of course, WCW time. I saw him. What was he? He always called his move the Stroke. What was his nickname on there at the time? Oh, that's gonna bother me.
Well, when
the chosen WWE one is the chosen one.
Chosen one. When the WWE came to town a few years ago, Comrade Thompson, who, of course, everyone knows, hosts a lot of wrestling podcasts.
I believe he's announced for our Fan Fest too, isn't he?
Yes, they haven't announced that yet, but
I thought I saw a poster. News. That's where I heard it.
Breaking news. Yeah.
Breaking news. Say that louder so everybody can hear. Breaking news. What?
Yeah. So Comrade Thompson is supposed to be joining our Fan Fest along with some of his other friends. So hopefully, once they get officially announced, it can be announced But very cool. And like I said, Jeff Jarrett, hopefully he can come as well. What I was going to say, though, is Comrade actually brought Jeff Jarrett, Eric Bischoff to St. Louis and actually to the South Broadway building and did a podcast.
I mixed it up. That's not even who I thought. I was thinking of Carmine.
Oh,
I'm like, no, I saw a poster. Carmine is who I was speaking of. I did not know that he was.
Yeah. But yeah, and you know, it's anything, it's not official yet, so we can't really say breaking news, but the rumor mill is that he'll be coming to town, which he is a big part of the Iowa Hall of Fame. You know, he's on the board, so it could be a cool tie-in, which would just be awesome. Like I said, if Jared goes into there, maybe Jared will come to ours too, and vice versa. Yeah, so just like they always do, just be prepared every week. There's probably gonna be another guy announced for the Fan Fest because it's in May, so we don't got too far along with February, March, April, May, 4 months. So it's kind of a crash. But the cool thing is it's in Fairview Heights, Illinois. So it's in our backyard. It's at a really nice hotel. I've been there through some work meetings. It's definitely big enough. Definitely has a working AC. Definitely has a bar that stays open later. Plus, there's so many restaurants and gas stations around there that if need be, we can grab some other beverages to make it one hell of a weekend.
What kind of beverages?
Just some adult beverages. uh, but yeah, very cool. So yeah, FanFest 4 has been announced. We have the dates, and we have some of the people coming. And then the Hall of Fame, of course, it's the dates are, you know, you can go on their website and get their dates because they already announced theirs. So it's all coming together. You know, it's our yearly thing. Iowa, Fan Fest, and CAC. So CAC, of course, they announced their dates too, but they haven't announced anyone going in yet.
So we have not mentioned this Fan Fest announcement yet. You also have D'Lo Brown announced.
Well, I've said that a couple times, but thanks for
Is
paying attention to our podcast. You are on the Squared Ring podcast too, just to let you know.
Oh, that's where we're at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And we are recording. Everything's staying in.
yeah, before we get to the
Bring the
final
posters on
picture,
the screen, it would help.
before we get to this final picture, can we go back to the February post? Because I mean, the tag team that's going to be on the main event for our February 7th show at the SICW.
Yeah, we did that while we were gone.
Fairgrounds. It's an awesome tag team. I'm really shocked that Herb is going to let this guy come in, you know, and tag with Attila Khan.
Yeah, we talked about this while you were gone.
Oh, did you?
I say the only thing I did not mention, those two were a tag team in Japan when Attila just toured Japan too.
Yeah. So Madman Pondo. You know, he has been a hardcore legend. Yeah, definitely in Japan as well. So they've been tagging in Japan, and they're supposed to go back here pretty soon as a tag team. So they're going to take on Jason Breed and Sean Vincent. So that will be a very cool show, and that's February 7th. Again, doors open at 6. Show starts at 7. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be in the newly redone. It's not totally finished, but the back half of the fairgrounds, which is now almost just as big as the front, since they took all the walls down, and it's going to make it very nice. There's like 2 big halls now. But okay, yeah, let's go back to the greatest part of the show for me, maybe for Bobby. Bobby, you kind of showed off one earlier, but I don't think we were.
Yeah, but he was a big D. He just wants to show off his big D. That's all.
Yeah, so I picked up the Diesel Chase. It's got the Big D shirt on it. Just a little classic, you know. When he's representing a Bobby D shirt, you know what I'm saying? You gotta get it.
You gotta get it. Is he
That's all
paying
I
you
got for this one.
royalties? Is he paying you royalties?
He should be, but I have not got a check yet.
Man, that's
After getting hit in the nuts so many times by Brandon, is it still Big D or is it Little D?
It's swollen. It's big. It's swollen.
all right.
It's a Wanda D.
I got a few things, not dramatic, two big items in my book, but I went on a little toy excursion with Z-Miz from another wrestling podcast. We met up a few weeks ago. Actually, I think it was about a month ago, and he was picking up some what are they called? He was looking at the wrestlers, which I was mainly focused on, but he was looking for, I can't think of the name of the toy line.
I know. Everything
Man,
I've been seeing lately has been people going nuts for the knockoffs.
that's true too. He was trying to finish his Gargoyles toy line, and I think he was able to pick one up. I picked up two wrestlers. They were loose, and this is from Time Warp Toys. I picked up a very cool Greg the Hammer Valentine. You know, anytime I can pick up a wrestler that I've wrestled, I do that. And this one is pretty cool. Comes with the robe. You know, the robes is what makes these figures. You know, all the old school guys, Greg the Hammer Valentine, Ric Flair. It was all about that robe, you know, and very cool robe, very cool figure. It is an ultimate edition. Does come with some extra hands that they have in the package, but it was the very first legend I got to wrestle, so I feel that he should be displayed in the case. So I had to pick him up, and I picked up one just for nostalgia because at this particular time, when he was dressed like this was the night before he passed away. He was actually inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, which everyone thought was never going to happen. And he gave his speech, and then they allowed him to go back on Monday Night Raw, and he gave another speech. But this is truly the figure that shows the last time that we saw the Ultimate Warrior alive. You know, he came to Monday Night Raw. He was dressed in a suit. He didn't wear any face paint. He wore a little mask that shows that he was the Ultimate Warrior. So it does come with the little mask. It does come with some more hands and a microphone. But you know, Ultimate Warrior has always been one of my I've always been one of his biggest fans. You know, back in the day, Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man, and Hulk Hogan. Those are the three big guys. So just got something to reflect this particular stage in his life. Which
Yeah,
just,
my three were Ultimate Warrior, Andre, and Jimmy Hart.
but so I picked those up, and then me and my wife went on an excursion to DuQuoin to do their. They have a flea market out there, and on the way back from there, we stopped at an antique market, and I was able to pick up something that, you know, it's nothing that I collect, but I guess now I will, because I got two figures of them. But who remembers Will Smith in the movie Wild Wild West?
I don't know. You want to put him in your mouth? You want to smack it?
I say, do we want to talk about the fake breasts?
No, you don't want to talk about Jada.
No, I'm talking about where the other guy, the British one, put like the fake boobs on for the costume, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Here, feel them. They're so real."
But I picked
In
up
Wild
two
Wild West.
figures
Yep.
of the Wild Wild West Will Smith characters. Very cool. They come with the guns and everything. Very shitty movie. That was supposed to be
It
his
was
three-peat.
not.
It was not the best movie in the world.
It wasn't the worst though. It's all right.
Well, it bombed in the movie theaters. It knocked him out of the July 4th weekend because he had Men in Black that was very big on July 4th, and then he had Independence Day, and they called him Mr. July 4th because his movies came out and they were blockbusters. And then Wild Wild West was supposed to be his three-peat, and it just tanked.
Pulp
Well, the
Fiction
problem with
bombed
Wild
too, but
Wild
nobody
West
calls
is
that
he
one
had
bad.
too much. Well, he had
One
too
at a
much
time,
pagan.
fellas.
I said Pulp Fiction bombed in the theaters too, but nobody calls that bad.
That's a cult classic. I don't think you can say that to Wild Wild West.
I think the thing about Wild Wild West is it was too long, but I didn't really mind it. I don't like Will Smith as a human being, but I didn't mind the movie. It was too long for what they offered.
Yeah, I like him as an actor. Independence Day, great movie. Men in Black 1, 2, and 3, great movies. The one where he is the only person in the movie. What was it?
Oh, that's a shit movie. Horrible movie. But I Am Legend, shit
You
movie.
didn't like that? They're
Hell.
actually doing a part 2 to that movie finally, and he's supposed to come back and reprise his role somehow, even though he blew himself up in the last one. But somehow they're going to do a sequel. I liked it, but I
thought
like,
it was pretty good.
yeah. And then I also picked up. I'm not really a guy that goes around collecting all these cars, but it is a WCW. It is Glacier's Hot Wheels car, so I picked that up. I think it was like $1 or $1.50.
Then
So
did you
it
get
wasn't
to
a
the
bad
Grave
price.
Digger monster truck Hot Wheels?
I would like to get the Macho Man one. I know he's got a Hot Wheel out there, and that's just because the big hat, even these guys, they were just $3.99. So it wasn't like an expensive payday. What was expensive was this next item, and I only got. This is the second time that I have a Menton card Hasbro. So I did pick up an Ultimate Warrior Hasbro.
Awesome.
Yeah, so this guy is Menton card, does have a crease up here, but very cool. I'm not going to go hog wild and get all the Hasbro's Menton cards because that'd just be ridiculous. But I have this one, and I got the Macho King now, so it's 2 of them that I have. And I think maybe I'll get a Hulk Hogan and then call it quits because I am trying to build a Hasbro collection, but loose. That way they're more cheaper on the wallet. But very cool to get, like I said, Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man, Hulk Hogan. Those were my 3. Got a Macho Man, got Ultimate Warrior. So we'll see if I can track down a Hulk Hogan. This next thing is also a high value item. I did not pay for it. It was a gift. And I can't believe they gifted it to me because these are sought after. And this one is much bigger than the other ones that I'm used to seeing. But I got a Macho Man Slim Jim container. And this thing is huge. I mean, it is wood. And I mean, the figure, this was from the 2025. I guess they did it bigger last year because most of the time it's like half this size. But I couldn't believe, and I'll just say, you know who you are on the gifter because I don't want to call them out because then everyone will be asking for them. But He gifted it to me, and I was just shocked. I mean, this thing, the normal ones go for $200-300, and this one's like twice the size as those little ones. So I
Well, the
can't.
little ones are just a cup, aren't they? That one looks like it mounts on the wall.
Yeah, this one
Little spot
mounts
on the
on the
back.
wall. Yeah, it is just a cup with the Macho Man. Normally, I think the cup's right in front. And I mean, this thing is just fucking awesome. I cannot believe when he goes, I got something for you, bud. And I was not expecting this. But again, Macho Man. So it's one of the three. So very cool. I love that he's like his time period where it's kind of like the Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, like powers, the Mega Powers, I think they were called. But this is also his Slim Jim character that I have in this case is wearing kind of the same outfit. So, but very cool.
Yeah, it goes for 150 online.
That one, wow.
I say
You
it's
got
it'll
Yeah,
probably go up. It's still pretty new at this point.
that's true
That
too.
one, wasn't that the 2005 version?
No, you said
No.
25.
25.
Oh,
It was last year's. But yeah, I mean that's all I got. Oh, I will throw in this at that flea market out in DuQuoin. I did pick up a Stone Cold, and I got plenty of Stone Cold, so it's not like I needed another one. But I thought something was probably rarer on this particular Stone Cold because he's wearing a New York shirt, which is kind of weird. Most of the time, it's always a Stone Cold shirt, but I don't know why it says New York on it. So I don't know. I took a shot. Maybe it's I haven't looked them up yet. Maybe it's a particular figure that only came out like an exclusive to New York or something. And then I picked up Rey Mysterio just because I've never seen these colors on him. I don't know what year it is or anything like that, but very cool neon colors. So I picked him up too, and I think these were $1.50 a piece too. So nothing that really hurt the pocketbook this time, except for the Warrior. But very well worth it. Those things. I mean, I got it for half of what it goes for on eBay. I will say that. So you can do the math if you check eBay on that thing. But very cool week. A very cool week. And now we got a couple. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm just going to throw this out there. I don't know about you, Bobby, but my body is still trying to heal from this past weekend.
Same. I
Yeah.
had an insanely busy weekend.
It's not that mine was. I mean, it is busy when you wrestle Saturday and Sunday, multiple times on Sunday. But we had such a Christmas break from wrestling that just in that month of a gap, your body kind of gets away from being used to being punished on a weekly basis. So like wrestling Saturday, Sunday morning, it started to feel kind of achy, and then wrestling Sunday, Sunday I laid down for a little bit, and then waking up, I had a limp, my back was hurting,
Yeah, mine wasn't just our wrestling; it was also the kids' wrestling.
Right.
Yes.
And that's why your legs were hurting. But yeah, my whole body's trying to recover. And I know we got a little break again until February 7th. It's like 30 more days away, less than 30 days, but damn near a month. So thank God the wrestling ring is still up. So I'm actually going to take some of the new guys later this week and do some practicing. And hopefully we can keep it up until we get the next show so I can get the reps in, get my back back to being broken and worn down, but feeling better. It's kind of weird how that works. Hey, I also reached out to a couple of the wrestlers. Now, I wanted to actually get them interviewed right there, then and there, for the podcast, but they actually want to come on the podcast and talk about their dear friend Nikki Strychnine. So we're going to reach out to them, try to set that up for next week, which I guess we'll talk about off air on when we're going to do that. Yeah, so some more guests are going to come on the podcast, talking with some
there
old
was one point after the show I was talking to Breed, and I just heard him talking to somebody about Nikki and how much he meant to him, and I had mentioned to him, I'm like, hey, just so you know, like he meant a lot to a lot of people. Like that was one of our higher rated podcasts we've had in a long time. It was just a little brief time we talked about him.
Yep.
So
we're
he
still
meant a
getting
lot
some
to a lot.
subscribers as well. So thank you for subscribing. If you guys can help us out, the last week's podcast has not been like it wasn't a strong number podcast. So you guys can go back and rewatch that one and tell us why. You know, we love to get some feedback on it. I
We're
think
not
it's
above making changes to what you guys want.
true that. Yeah, anything else from you guys?
No, our short
I don't think
podcast
so.
was an hour and 25 minutes.
Well, it's just because
one's about 25 minutes longer.
I lost internet for a good period of time. So
Oh, we carried on without you. I started
we kept
speaking.
it going.
yeah, just you know, it's raining here, and I know the wind's been kicking up. But yeah, it took all the power out for a few seconds there, so it's kind of crazy. But all right, you guys stick on for a few more seconds. But until we see you on the podcast, we'll see you at the wrestling matches. You guys have a good night.
Deuces.